Heavy hearts in Milwaukee today after a police officer was shot and killed last night while on duty.
Officials identified that officer as 37-year-old Peter Jerving. He had served with the department for more than 4 years.
Officials say Jerving was killed while trying to arrest a 19-year-old man suspected of an armed robbery. Just before 1 this morning, officers tracked the man down and were attempting to arrest him when the suspect fled on foot. Officer Jerving managed to catch up with the man, and a struggle ensued before the suspect opened fire. He shot back. Both men were struck. Jerving was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries, and that is where he later died.
One of our finest, who put on that uniform, put on that badge, went into work last night and paid the ultimate sacrifice for protecting our community.
Milwaukee police say it's unclear whether the suspect died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound or from one of the officer's shots.
Governor Evers released a statement on Twitter in response to the police officer being shot and killed in the line of duty, writing, quote, "Kathy and I are praying for the officer's family, colleagues, the department, and the entire city of Milwaukee, mourning yet another tragic loss due to gun violence."